Good morning students, welcome to GC Tech Hub CS tutorials. In the previous lecture we had studied the where clause. We had learned how to extract records from a table in a database. Today we are going to discuss a few things which are associated with the where clause, which we can use for even filtering out our search more. So we start with the very first, that is calculated field. So let's see what we are going to study in today's class. We are going to start with calculated field. Then we will see what is the how we can compare any field with a null value. Then we will understand pattern matching using the like clause, like keyword, and also a few more things. So what is a calculated field? Let us start with this small query. Display employee number, name and salary earned by each employee in a year from the table empinfo. Suppose salary is paid in every month. So here the thing is, you can see that it is already specified that salary is paid every month. That means in the table alongside an employee you will find the salary value, which represents the monthly salary, and you have to find out the salary of an employee earned by each employee in a year from the table EMP. So how are we going to do it? Let's see. So for getting the salary of an employee in a particular year, we are going to write it like this. Select, firstly, let's check what we are going to print. Number, name and employee number, name and salary. So we will write here M code or employee ID, E name, and we have to print the annual salary. So we will be and because in the table we are already given what the monthly salary. So if we multiply the monthly salary with 12, we will get the annual salary. So we will write it like this. We will insert an expression over here, that is salary multiplied by 12, and this we shall represent in the form of an alias name, that is annual salary, from the table EMP, and it is for all the employees, so we don't need a where clause over here, so we are simply going to end it with a semicolon. Let's see. Yes, so it is we have to specify the salary uh, earned by each employee, so we don't need a where clause over here. So you can see that this part is what it is. This represents the annual salary. This is now, let me say, this one is your expression which you have inserted, and this is your alias name for the field, the calculated field. So with this you can understand that calculated field is one such field which is derived from any of the existing fields. Derived from any of the existing fields. This calculated field is derived from the existing fields in the table. Salary is already an existing field in the table, and hence this whole expression is created using this existing field, and it has been provided a name as annual salary. Let us try this out on the MySQL command line client. So here we are with the MySQL command line client. Let us first use the database on which we are going to work. So first I am writing here show databases to check how many databases are there. Now use SchoolDB, and here I am going to just write show tables, which will display all the tables which are there. So here we have to use the emp info table. So select asterisk from emp info, and this gives us this table consisting of all the employees, but we do not have any salary field. So I had seen another table named employees, so I'm going to look for that. The table employees, okay, so it should be employees, and it is an empty table. So let me first get a table properly over here, and then I'll get back. You can see a table has been created and the table some records have been inserted. So we are going to apply query this query over here on this table. So the query is going to be like this, and you can see I have already first created the insert query in Notepad, then I pasted it there. So I'm going to type select. Let's check out the other things. We don't have any field with the name employee ID, so I'm going to take first name and last name, and I'm going to take the salary. So I'm writing here salary into 12 as annual salary from the table employees, and let me copy this and paste it over here. And you can see we get the annual salary over here, and it is a calculated field, but you can see that its field name has been replaced by this alias name. If we don't do this and we simply remove it, if we remove this alias name from here, then you get this value, you get the field salary into 12 printed over here, but we don't want the expression to be displayed, hence we just provide an alias name to this expression. So this expression is the one which actually works here, but only thing, in place of this label we get this alias name. In fact, we can also change the name of all the fields. Like I can write here first name as first name, something like this. That is, it should not appear as crude. I want it to appear in a proper way. And salary as annual salary or annual income. So I have just for the purposes of proper display, I have just provided alias names to all the fields. So you can see in the output also we get these alias names. So this is how we provide alias names to the individual fields in the table. Next is comparing with null values. So how to compare with the null values? We have a question here, display employee information who earns null commission. So we have to check out those, find out information about all those employees who get null commission. So let us see how we can do this. So here already in the table is like this. You can see that there is no field named commission. So what we are going to do is we are going to add another field named commission over here using the alter table command. And the alter table command is used to make any changes into the table. With this, you can firstly add a new column, which is a field, and you can also modify an existing column or a field. So I'm just going to write the alter table command over here. Alter table name, that is employees, because I have to add a field which is non-existent in this table, where that is commission. So I'm going to add that using this. This is the name of the field, and the data value I'm going to provide over here, that is decimal 7,2, which is the scale. So let's try this out over here. So alter table Now because it's a single line, I'm going to type this query on a single line, and it is possible for me to edit SQL queries on a single line. So that is why I'm not changing the line over here. Alter table employee, add com decimal 7 comma 2, and that's all. And okay, the thing is, employees, I made a mistake. It is the table employees and not employee. So now let us check out the table structure, and you can see that this new field has been added, that is com. But right now if you display the table, you will see that com contains null values because I have not provided any values for it. So I'm just going to provide the values for certain employees like marketing manager, chief financial officer, and information services manager. So I'm just going to insert that using now, because the tuples are already inserted. If I try to insert values for commission using the insert into table name command, then it will add another tuple over here. But I don't want to add a new tuple, rather I want to make changes in the existing tuples only. So I'm going to write update table, update employees, that is table name, set com equals salary. I'm calculating this as say 5% of the salary as incentive is provided to certain employees. So I'm just providing 5% of salary, where first name in Ron, Mike, and Michael. So I've just used this easy way to make changes in three tuples, that is these three tuples. And the names are Ron, Mike, and Michael. So wherever it finds the name, first name as Ron, Mike, or Michael, it is going to calculate commission as 5% of salary. Let's run this out. Okay, giving me an error, out of range value for column com at row 2. Okay, 5% into 5 is too much. Okay, I applied the wrong formula over here. 5% should be 0.05 over here, and now I get query okay. Let us check out what answer we get. Select asterisk from employees, and you can see that commission has been calculated for 3 employees and others are null. So now we get back to our question, display employee information who earns null commission. So for checking that out, for checking any field as being equal to null, we use this, that is field name is null. We do not use equal to over here. We use the keyword is. So here we will be writing this value, that is we have to display all those employees who get a null commission. So we will write select asterisk from employees where com is null. And you can also type null in small. So I'm typing null like this. Let me copy this and paste it over here, and you can see all those employees whose commission is null, they are displayed over here. You can count from here, there are 4 such tuples, and here also we are getting 4 rows in this set. So this is how we check for null. We never use equal to sign, rather we use the is keyword to check whether a particular value is null or not. Do not use equal sign. Next, like clause, that is pattern matching. Although I have already given you a small introduction of pattern matching in the previous class, but today I'll be taking the discussion a little further. This clause is used to display only those records which contain a single or multiple character from a given set of values. Task. Now, pattern matching is many a times used to stress on the fact that uh, many a times it happens that we are looking for the people with the same last name. We are looking for people whose name starts with a certain character, or their names contain a certain character. They could be characters before, arbitrary characters before that given character, or even after that given character. So, and many a times it happens that we don't remember the name of the person, but we do remember that the name of the person ended with A. So that way we can just filter out the records, which will just give us a few records, out of which then it is easy for us to recall back whose name exactly we were searching for or looking for. So for this purpose we basically use pattern matching in MySQL, which is a very interesting feature, and with this you can just shrink the result set every time you do the pattern matching. Next is pattern matching. Now, many a times we have seen that we are looking for certain tuples which contain a field like name or last name, first name or last name or surname, and we are specifically not looking for any particular name. Rather, we are looking for all those names which start with a certain letter, end with a certain letter, or contain a substring or a single letter. It mostly happens in cases when we tend to forget the name and we are not able to recall that exact name or the name of the person we are looking for. So in such cases, what we can do is we can use pattern matching, a kind of an approximation technique we can use here, where we can provide the starting letter. We might not be able to recall the entire name, but we might be able to recall the starting letter. That okay, might be there is an employee whose name starts with A. I don't know what is the exact name of the person, but I do remember that his name starts with capital A. So this way I can quickly shortlist all those employees records whose first name starts with capital A, and from there I can extract certain records. So we are going to use pattern matching here. This clause is used to display only those records which contain a single or a multiple character from a given set of values. Like display all the names starting with capital A from the table EMP. Now I'll give you a short introduction about pattern matching over here. In pattern matching, we make use of certain characters which are known as wildcard characters. These wildcard characters are, one is an underscore symbol and the other one is a percentage symbol. Now, what is the underscore symbol used for? It is used for searching for exactly one character, and that too it is an arbitrary character. That is, it could be any character. It could be an alphabet, it could be a digit, it could be a special symbol. And percentage means we are looking for zero or more arbitrary characters. So it means that maybe the name is starting with capital A, but after that we could have any character. It could be Amit, it could be Anand, it could be A123, it could be Amit hashtag 123. So it could be any name, but what is common in all these names is it starts with a capital A. So I'll be creating a regular expression over here. Such type of expressions which use wildcards are known as regular expressions. And here I'll be using this regular expressions for matching all these different name types. And exactly one character means maybe I am looking for a certain grade which starts with A. So A and an underscore character, which would mean A1, A2, A3, AA, AB, or A percentage or A colon. So anything comes after A, but it is exactly one character after capital A. So this is how we form the regular expression using this. And we can also create regular expressions like suppose the name should start with any character, but any one character. The second character should be A, it should be small a, and after that we could have any number of characters. So we will write the regular expression as first underscore which represents the first character, then a small a which represents the mandatory second character, and after that we could have any character, any number of characters which is represented using this percentage. So let's do it for this one. Display all the names starting with alphabet capital A from the table M. We will be using the table M info over here. So we write select and first we'll write select first name comma last name from employees where first name like, and I'm going to use, you can see I've used the like keyword over here. We will not use equal to because equal to means exact search, whereas we are using an approximated search over here. So we are going to use like, that is we are looking for all the similar values. So first name should be like capital A, and after that nothing is specified, that means any number of characters. So let us try this out on our client. We see that we get an empty set because this table doesn't contain any records where first names start with capital A. So we will just try to change it, and you can see that I have used the upper arrow key to access the recently used commands. I am again pressing it and I get the next previous command, and this capital A I am replacing with capital M, and you can see that we get three names over here: Martin, Mike and Michael. The last names are not important because we have only provided this clause, that is first name should be like M, percentage means first name should start with capital M. Next, same way, it is used to make complex searching easy. If you are trying to find all people's names with begin with capital E, for example, you can write this query over here where first name like E percentage. Let's try to apply this on the table. Select asterisk from employees where first name like, although there is nothing starting with capital E, so you get an empty set in that case. Next, display all the names starting with alphabet capital A and must contain only 5 letters. How do we create this one? So select all the names. So I'm writing first name comma last name from employees where first name like, and you can see it should start with a capital A, but it should contain only 5 letters. So capital A is one of the letters. 5 minus 1, we need 4 more letters. So for that I'm going to use 4 underscore characters. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And close the single quotes and let us try this out. We don't get anything because there is no name which starts with capital A. So let us try to just change it to capital M. Again we get an empty set. Let's try to reduce one character and we get Mike over here. That is a total of because there were 4 underscores before. Now I have reduced the underscores to 3. That is a total of 4 characters are required, where first character will be M and rest could be any character. So one name is matching over here. Let me try to change this a little bit and use it on from select asterisk from mpinfo, where first name or first is like capital M and 3 more, and we find Mary Jones as the name. So this is how we can perform this kind of a search here. You can see it over here, A and 4 underscore characters. This replaces all the remaining characters. Underscore replaces only a single character at a time. Next is removing duplicate rows, that is distinct, using the distinct keyword. Suppose now let me give you an example here. We have this employees table and here you can see titles, that is job titles, or we can also say a particular post at which an employee is working in. And you can see here there are 3 vice presidents in this company. I want to see how many total number of titles, job titles are there in the company. So if I simply write select title from employees, then it is going to give me all the values including the 3 occurrences of vice president, whereas I want vice president to be displayed only once. So in that case I will be using what, the distinct keyword, to remove the duplicates while displaying the values for a particular field. So let us do this, and how we can do it. Select distinct title from employee. So I'm using the distinct keyword over here, and now you can see that unlike the previous result, now we are getting vice president only once. So it happens that sometimes you want to display the number of cities from where the various job applicants have applied for a job in the company, and you can use the distinct keyword there to display the city in this way. Select distinct city from candidates. So this will remove all the duplicate cities. That is, if there are 10 candidates from Delhi, so it means that 10 records would be containing Delhi in the city field, and it will remove all the 9 duplicate values and display Delhi only once. And similarly it is the same for all the other cities also. So you can be able to see, you'll be able to see all the cities at once. Like select distinct job from M. This distinct keyword you can use it this way also along with parentheses also, and you can simply use it along with the space also. Both are correct. Next is the order by clause. This select clause is used to display the retrieved data in an arranged format. So that is, order by clause is basically used for rearranging data or display data in a sorted format. Sorted format, it could be ascending and it could be descending order. So Let's start with this one query. Display employee table information according to the name in the ascending order from the table EMP. So let's write it. Select employee table information means all the field values are to be printed. So select asterisk. One thing you should remember that when you are using asterisk there, it automatically represents multiple fields, that is all the field information. So kindly do not specify the field names after asterisk. So select asterisk from emp info, or I'm writing emp employees, order by the ascending order of name. So order by first name, and you can add the ASC keyword over here. Although ASC is the default setting, so you can just skip that and simply write first name. This would automatically mean that the names have to be displayed in the sorted order, in the alphabetical order. Okay, so let us do this over here. And you can see that all the names are sorted in the alphabetical order. All the tuples are sorted in the alphabetical order of first name only, C, D, then K, M and R. And it is not like only this particular field is sorted, rather once the fields are, the values are sorted, it means that the tuples should change positions. So the entire tuples, they have changed their positions now. I can also use order by clause this way, like select asterisk from employees, order by first name, DESC. Now DESC means descending order, and descending order will mean reverse alphabetical order for all the varchar and char type fields. So descend DESC is the keyword which you have to apply if you want to display the values in the descending order, but ASC keyword is not mandatory. So you can see now that the order has changed over here. This order by clause can work on all data types. So for numeric data types, it would be increasing or decreasing order. So select asterisk from employees, order by salary, and you can see that it is ordered in the ascending order of salary. And the same thing, if I just add DSC keyword over here, then you will find that all the values are ordered in the descending order. More discussion on order by clause we shall have in the next session, next class, where I will be also telling you, explaining you how to apply order by clause on more than one fields. Till then, kindly go through this video completely again and practice more examples of this type. Pick up a table and you can create queries of your own and try it out on that. So thank you and keep practicing and happy learning.